Welcome to the party.
Here we go, Greg. Johnny and the Greg. We are talking today. What's up, man? You holding your breath? Can't get over the last conversation.
No, I really can't. I'm just stuck in my head.
Yeah.
Whew.
For those of you that don't know what we're talking about, review the last podcast we talked about. The fact of the day. It was an interesting fact. Anyway, moving on. This one's going to be a kind of a little. We've been really heavy lately, so I thought I'd just throw something pretty fun at us to dissect and figure out. Who is the best Chris in the MCU? Would it be Chris Pratt, Star-Lord? Would it be Chris Hemsworth, or would it be Chris Evans, who plays Captain America? Hemsworth plays Thor. Who's the best Chris? Who do you like? Who's your favorite? It's tough, right?
Yeah.
Add something.
Well, it's not Pratt.
Really?
No.
He's the lovable underdog, man.
I mean, I like him. Don't get me wrong. I
know what you mean. He's not your favorite.
Well, he hasn't had enough what I consider to just be cool moments.
No, he doesn't have cool moments. You're right.
I mean,
like you mean like when Thor comes down, of Bifrost and
or when he's when he's jumping in and you've got Led Zeppelin playing and he's lightning, and I mean that's awesome. I mean that's goosebump kind of moment for me.
Or you have Captain America having an elevator fight, jumping out of the elevator.
You're right. Like there were moments with both of those actors that I was like, ooh, that's cool. And Pratt, who is awesome. I mean, he's very funny, and I laugh more, I think, at him than I do the other ones.
You're right. He hasn't had a moment.
He had the point where he became a Celestial, which was cool, but I didn't like. It didn't give me chills or anything.
I get it. Yeah. So he was. Yeah. All of his good parts are funny parts.
Mm-hmm.
They're not. This is a cool part, or this was a cool part, or. Yeah, you're right. That's a good way to put it down. All right. So now we're down to Captain America and Thor.
Yeah.
Who's the better Chris? That's tough because if either sucked, it wouldn't be like either or. It wouldn't matter. If Captain America sucked, it wouldn't be the same. If even Thor sucked, it wouldn't be the same.
Right. I'm going to go with Hemsworth.
I think I'm going there myself because I'm thinking
because
Captain America. I mean, I only see Chris Evans as Captain America, but I guess I see Hemsworth more as Thor. Like, if you were to recast everybody, I'd have the biggest problem with Thor, I think.
You know me. I don't have a problem recasting anybody, but
I know. I'm waiting for you to recast me on this show.
Have to change the name and dresses. It's just No,
you're just popping a new Johnny.
We're gonna hire somebody else.
You're Johnny.
Your name is now Johnny. I like Hemsworth because he's got more of that total package when it comes to when they finally let him be funny, like in Thor Ragnarok with Taika Waititi and doing his a little bit more comedic, but even those moments, I think Ragnarok is it is my favorite Thor film.
I agree.
I think I'm gonna go with Hemsworth, and Evans is great in his moments, but he's never funny because honestly, Cap is not meant to be funny.
Right. He's had funny parts,
sure,
but because he's so serious,
that's
what made it funny.
Is what makes it funny. Yeah, that's
I think if you think about it, the only time he's really been funny, some guy broke down the Avengers, the first movie, and said that Josh Whedon has a way of, he called it Whedonizing people. Like he takes out like what they're known for, and he really flushes that out. Like Tony's a cocky little jerk.
Yeah,
he was nothing but a cocky little jerk, and he didn't have any layers to his character in there. Captain America was kind of like this dumb buffoon, like where he didn't understand catchphrases and and it works on electricity. Like he had those moments.
And he was a soldier.
And Thor everything was like Shakespearean.
Yeah.
So it was a really interesting. And then they said when they transitioned to the Russo, it made Captain America really cool. It even made Tony Stark had depth, and Thor made the biggest transition, I thought, throughout the entire,
Now, as funny as they allowed Thor to be,
yes.
I did not like Thor in Endgame.
Dark. Why not?
Chubby Thor, chubby depressed Thor.
I heard somebody. Go ahead.
If they just would have stuck with chubby Thor and like didn't turn him into like total depressed Thor.
Yes.
I didn't like depressed Thor. Like just defeated. I'm like, to me that doesn't fit the character that I grew up with.
Of course not. Of course not. But I'll send you a link. This guy, whoever this guy is, he broke down the character of Thor. And at first he was on the way you looked at it. And it never bothered me, but I could see why it would bother people. Right. But it never bothered me. But he broke down as to why it was actually a really good move and what it kind of, and he goes into his past of how he felt kind of overweight as a kid, and he's been battling with weight, and it kind of showed that you don't need to be ripped to be a hero or something like that, or to pick yourself up. And he explains it way better than me, so I'm going to stop trying to explain it.
I think I understand.
And I'm not saying that's what you were saying, that because he was fat, he wasn't good Thor. That's not what you were saying. What you were saying was you didn't like the depression part.
Correct. I didn't like his more or less becoming the dude from Big Lebowski, where he's just like, whatever, man, can't we just come on? And I understood
I loved it.
When they go back to Asgard and he grabs Mjolnir and he's like, I'm still worthy. I mean, I get the emotional piece to that.
Yeah.
But it just seemed kind of out of place to me.
Really?
But overall, like Endgame in general, so I saw it in the theater on opening weekend.
Yeah.
I think I watched it. The second time I watched it was on Disney Plus.
Right.
And I don't think I've ever watched it again.
Really? I've watched it 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, I just haven't gone back. You
are busy though.
Well, that's just it. I mean, they're long, which I think is great. Give me a long superhero movie. I don't care. But Infinity War and Endgame to me are just not, the level of fun isn't there for me.
Really?
Kinda.
I think Infinity is almost comparable. Infinity War. I think it's almost comparable to Empire Strikes Back.
It is. It totally is. I will go through Infinity War
more than Endgame.
Well, I'll start to forward it, and I'll start watching it right about the time they get. I'm going to say it wrong. Nibble.
Something like that.
Where Thor gets Stormbreaker.
Nivelier.
I can't even say it either.
Something like that.
I just read he says it wrong in the movie. Like in one scene, he was really struggling. Yeah, Hemsworth was really struggling with the word. Yeah. But when Peter Dinklage just shows up, that's like where I kind of start the movie, and then I'll just finish it from there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Is that before or after the Titan fight? The fight on Titan? That's during.
It kind of interspaced him in there, yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, I disagree, but it's okay. Um, where were we going with any of that?
Who is your
Thor's.
favorite Chris?
Yeah, yeah. It's Thor. It's Thor. I'm a big Captain America fan. I thought Chris Evans did a great job. Star Lord was somebody I never knew about until I actually watched the movie.
Okay, yeah.
So I was like, okay, who's this? Oh, okay, he's likable. Um,
Mhm.
but Thor's awesome.
Very.
I really enjoyed Ragnarok. In fact, anybody that wants to have a Masters of the Universe or Flash Gordon, just watch Thor Ragnarok. You're
Yeah.
good.
I'm interested to see the next Thor film, which is
Me too. Love and
Guardian.
Thunder.
Well, oh yeah, Love and Thunder. I'm sorry. I think I meant the next Guardians of the Galaxy film, where it's Thor with the Guardians of the Galaxy.
I would love that. I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't know. I mean, I don't even think they haven't even started filming it yet. I don't even know where
No,
they are in the
I don't. I
process.
don't think that's going to happen. I think maybe it depends. If Thor comes out before, I think Thor's coming out before Guardians of the Galaxy.
Love and
I think,
Thunder. Yeah,
yeah, I think you'll have the Guardians in there as a cameo, and somehow he,
could be. Yeah,
yeah,
because
yeah,
that's the end of Endgame. Thor's going off with the Guardians,
yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
like, okay, I'd like to see those adventures.
Me
And
too.
I
That'd be
I
fun.
don't know if we'll ever get them.
Yeah. Oh, I found out a little fact today. The Russos, I guess, tweeted this out. I think maybe 2 weeks ago. That you remember the guy that Thor gets on when he's playing Fortnite, and he goes, I think it's like noob master, whatever, and he threatens them.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you don't get off right now, I'm gonna fly over there, right? And he thought I was a kid. It's
Yeah.
actually Wong.
Oh, is it really?
The Russos said it was Wong. So
I love Wong.
yeah. So, all right. I think we're our fact today. We got it down. It's Chris
All right.
Hemsworth. Thor. You got a Thor hammer?
I do. I have. It was way before any of the films came out. A company called Factory X. They were doing replicas, and they did Thor's hammer and they did a Captain America shield. I never got the shield, but it's museum quality, limited to I think 3,000 pieces.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty limited edition, and
Very.
that's one of
Is
those
it heavy?
pieces.
Does it have some weight to it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that I told Krista. I'm like, I never want to get rid of this thing. Like in terms of like my collection,
Yes.
this one sticks.
That's the one. That's the
Yeah.
one. I want to get I want to get Stormbreaker, and I want to get Mjolnir and put it right back here, just hanging on the
They
cross.
they did a companion piece, Stormbreaker.
Yeah.
But it's more like the one in the comics, not the giant
Yes,
long
yes.
axe, but
I like the
but
long-handed
gold-
axe.
I'm a big Beta Ray Bill fan, so
Are you? I never understood that character.
yeah, he's
Never
cool.
understood that. We'll have to have a one-off on that. Understand that character.
Beta Ray Bill was cool, and then Kevin Masterson, who became a hero called Thunderstrike.
He was cool.
He had a mace, and so instead of like the square, it was like a triangle.
Yeah.
And he was cool. He didn't last very long. He was very 90s, but I liked him.
Yeah. You know, I just remembered that episode. I don't know if you ever saw it with The Big Bang Theory, where the girls had a girls' night out and they ended up talking about Thor's hammer and comic books.
Really? No.
Yeah, she was talking about the worthiness and like I think they even stole a line from it and put into Avengers where he's like, if you put the hammer in an elevator and it goes up,
Oh, really?
you know, they were doing all that. But it was a funny episode. I wish I could find that. Anyway, here is our fact of the day, guys. In 2015, an Alaska senior was quoted $65,000 for his dental work. He ended up flying and driving 3,700 miles to Mexico in order to get the entire operation done for $3,000. Okay? Like a lot of people do that.
So different countries have different medical.
Yeah, but
rates.
would you really trust that in Mexico? I'm
I
not
don't know.
taking anything away from Mexico. I don't know.
If he's going to like a back alley in Tijuana, no, I'm not going to trust that. But I mean, Mexico has universities and doctors, and it's not completely.
You mean it's not like Robert Rodriguez's version of it?
No.
No, it's not.
And I know that's what a lot of people kind of envision.
Yes,
I mean, it's got. I'm sure it's got some spaces like that, like where
there's society.
Infrastructure hasn't. But Mexico City is like is one of the largest cities in the world. I mean, it's got stuff. I mean, they have hospitals.
It's got what?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Wow.
They got stuff like Xboxes and cable TV.
Yeah. Hey guys, I don't think you understood. Who's ever listening? I don't think you guys understood the little joke we just shared there. But I'm gonna let you in on it. So when I was first dating my wife, she we were talking about where we were going to possibly live one day, and at that time she was she was in nursing school, training to be a nurse. And I said, well, why don't we just move up to Wisconsin? Like, Milwaukee's a nice area, like the suburbs around there. And she goes, I don't know. I'm like, what's the problem? Like, cost of living is a lot easier up there. There's no like tollways. It's great. And she goes, yeah, but do they have hospitals up there? You never heard the story? You never heard the story?
Not that one, no.
Oh, yeah, she told me that. And I went, what? And she goes, do they have hospitals up there? I'm like, yeah, they have TV up there too, and they have their own radio station.
Do you remember my friends had that cabin that I could rent back in the day, and you guys came up a couple times? The first time, you had her believing like there was no indoor plumbing.
Yes, that's
like
true.
All we had was an outhouse. Now
that was a playoff of that conversation that I had.
Keep in mind that I have friends that have cabins like that where there's no plumbing in the house, and the only bathroom is a 2-seater outhouse.
Right.
But like we show up and she's like, this is so nice.
Yeah,
this is really nice. And like they have boats and jet skis, and this is so. I'm like, where did you think we were going? we're literally.
I know she has.
We're 15 miles outside of Madison. Where do you think we're going?
Yeah, not anymore. She used to have a very warped sense of Wisconsin. Not anymore though, but she used to. It was fun. It was fun with her. We would play games.
Ula, we love you. You don't listen to the show, but we love you.
Yeah. When we used to go up to Aaron's house and play video games, there'd be like an ambulance that would go by every now and then or something like that. And he'd go, Ula, did you hear that? That's new this week. We used to play games with her.
Oh, man.
All right. So we'll end it there. Hopefully I will be back next week. I don't know. Maybe this is the one time Ursula's going to listen and she'll kill me.
And then she's going to come after me.
Yeah. All right, everybody, thank you for listening. Greg, have a terrific day. Everybody have a great weekend. The Johnny and the Greg podcast out.